What is going on, fellas, and welcome back to Hungary for Success with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today, we're taking on Puskas Akademia in the Hungarian Cup Quarter Final. How have we made it this far? I have no idea. And we're also going to take on Shen Lorink in the league, which we've been bouncing around quite nicely. It's only been 2 games since we were last, so not much has changed. If you do want to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference. The more interactions on the channel, the more people get to see it, the more happy I become. Right, fellas, so as I said in the intro, we're taking on Puskas Akademia today. We're the only second division team left in the cup, so even getting this far has been fantastic. MTK also play ZTE in today's matches, but if we go back to what happened previously, as you can see, Ujpest, the team I wanted to play, and our parent club have already been knocked out, so we're at least going to make it to the same level as them. Hopefully we can go further, but since you were here last, we've had 2 games, a draw and a win. The game against Seofuk was fine. We were comfortable, dominated for the first half, and then we kind of just took our foot off the pedal and just let them really do nothing for the second half. They still have the goalkeeper that I want. If I was given any option, if I could build any team and I had to use the majority of my own players, I would still sign Hut Wagner as my goalkeeper because I do enjoy having Hut Wagner in my teams. We're actually going to start Shedlar today because he was injured for the last game, so he was not fit enough to start, but we're going out there today with a fairly strong side. Delchig scored a penalty in the last game, so that's quite happy, or made me quite happy. I am considering actually starting Giersik instead. So yeah, Giersik's going to come in for Gabriel. Other than that, we're without Karash because of a suspension, and Rashako because he also, as you might remember the last episode, decided it'd be a great idea to kick someone from behind with a 2-footed lunge. So he tried to murder somebody, is what I'm trying to say. He basically tried to murder another human being. And if I haven't said murder enough, we'll just say it a few more times. Murder. Tamash Kish, I know he's a good player. Balash Toth is a good player as well. They have a guy called Weslin Jr. Jolt Nagy, also quite a good player. To be fair, they're one of the better teams in the top division this season, so you kind of expect them to have better players. Belnizi is starting. Of course he is. One of our best players. We're going to point our finger and say, pick up where you left off last time. They're not overly fussed, but we're going to pump our fists and say we believe in them. I believe in all my players. All my players. I did the pre-match interview, where normally I let my assistant do it. For the cup games, since we've made it this far, I have been taking over the press conferences just because I want to have a chat with the lads, just see how everyone's getting on. So I'm like, how are you getting on? Yeah. Everything's spiffy here. Yeah. We're delighted to be this far, you know. If we could win, delightful. We have been called the Giant Killers so far this year, so that's pretty good. You know, we're the Giant Killers. I think Pushkash might be a step too far, but I thought that about Hanvid as well. Slagvier puts it through, quite comfortable for Manche. Mancy. That's his name. His name is Mancy. Suarez getting a telling off. Not ideal. Or Bolivian centre back. And Mirsits. Don't know how that did not go into the back of the net. Not gonna lie, that looked like it'd beaten him, but we got away with it. And he's done quite well to pluck that one out of the air. Yeah, form has been quite good. I'm expecting a defeat today, but you know, we're just living on the edge. See what happens. Can we do it yet again and beat another top division side? This time, hopefully, we can do it with 11 players rather than the 10 that we had in the last one. I don't think so. I think they might have just enough about them. They're 2 up after less than 20 minutes. So if it keeps going the way it's going, their striker is going to score again after 30 minutes. I hope he doesn't. There's another highlight. We're going to chuck a bit of encouragement at the lads. Shedler is playing, to be fair, he's playing on the side that he doesn't normally play on. I should probably swap him and Shabo around because they've been playing on the opposite wings to where they're playing today. But Shabo's played relatively well on the right in the last couple of games. To be fair, Canalas started the last game, but picked up an injury, and Shabo moved over to the right because he was playing quite well. Their striker really does want to score every 10 minutes, doesn't he? I think we're actually going to do that swap, put those two on the opposite side to where they're currently playing. But as you can see, our backline not having a great game. Our front four also not having a great game. Yeah, and they want me to add the instruction, work the ball into the box. Not sure that's going to make a difference. We might do it at halftime just to see if we can get some couple of chances. Gear 6 gotten around. Gear 6, I'm a genius. It took him 46 minutes to stir in the pot. A little bit of this. Yeah, I think that was ingenious. Bringing Gearsick on did quite well to get around his man. On paper, my assistant, I think it's my assistant or one of the coaches, whoever I have doing the player ability, thinks that Gabriel is significantly better than Gearsick. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to see, I want to say, show me something else in the second half. Shedler, you're not really doing an awful lot to begin with. So I would like, yeah, you're coming off. Shedler, do I take, yeah, no, well, Jabo's playing even worse. Do we just leave the two of them on and see what happens? See if one of them can do something? Shedler, maybe I just... make Jabo inverted winger on attack. I think that might be a good idea, because not playing him as an attack instruction goes against kind of what he's been doing this entire season. We start 23 seconds in, they already have a free kick. Odada, love the name. Really want to sign him based purely on the fact his name is Odada. We're not quite at the level of Puskas. Ortiz, beautiful ball over the top. Gearsick, he's done it again. Gearsick has put the ball in the back of the net twice from 2 highlights that we've seen him touch the ball. I'm quite happy with that. Ortiz, beautiful interception. I would have preferred it if he'd put the ball just a little bit ahead of Gear 6. We could have ran onto it. I'm not going to complain. I am not going to complain. It looks like Shedler is about to get sick. He's uninspired. He's definitely coming off. Neary with an absolute fantastic throw if he was a Puskas player. Slegvier, Mirsitz decides this time to grab the ball. You know, what he was supposed to do the first time. But he's done it. That's all that matters. Jabo is having an absolute mare of a game. But he's on the ball. Delchik, not sure where that was to. Ortiz gets it to Neary. Shabo, Gearsick. Oh, beautiful ball through for Shabo. And he's only gone and hit the post. Alright, time for a change. Jedler, you're coming off for Canalas. Do I take Shabo off? He's playing terribly, but he's been involved. And I like when my players are just, if they're just involved. No, he's coming off. Mesros, just not good enough. I think the reason we swapped that is because I had him originally playing as an inverted winger on support. My centre backs are having an absolute mare of a game, but I don't really want to take either of them off at this current moment anyway. I have motivated the 2 players. I've inspired Canalas, which maybe he'll do something fantastic. He's been quite good in the cups this year, so that would be quite nice. Mesros, decent effort, I guess. Maybe we'll say that was a decent effort. I'm going to give the lads a bit of encouragement, see if that'll make any bit of a difference. Mesros, our captain, Nagazi, who I could actually put him at right back. He can play right back. He's, according to my coaches and my assistant and coaches, he is our best right back. I've never seen that animation in FM where the ball hits the player and they run into the goal chasing the ball. But that was quite a funny. Yeah, that was. Yeah. They do really want me to bring Nagy on for Neri. I'm not going to. I'm going to put my faith in Toth. I believe in. Or am I? Oh. Oh, here. Oh, we could do. Could do a thing. Delchik is playing terribly. I'm going to bring on Gabriel. But I'm going to make him a false 9. I've never tried it with him before, but what's the worst that could happen? You know? What is the actual, well, I suppose quite a lot could go wrong, but we'll see what happens with him. Gabriel running around the place. Mesros has picked up an injury, of course he has. Ortiz takes the corner, and Pushkas come away with it. And Beluta finds Lieber, who is in acres of space, absolutely smashes it past Mirsitz. And that was his first goal for Pushkas. Of course it was. Probably just recently signed anyway. I haven't been keeping up to date with Pushkash's transfers, and it looks like Mesros might actually have to come off. Probably gonna have to injured, but he wants to stay on. I'm just not gonna risk him. We'll bring on Zeber. Why not? Zeber's been absolutely useless, but he's only 18. Yeah, and he's also on loan, so don't really care about his development at this stage. Gonna pop him as an inside forward on attack. Do I want to do anything? I'm gonna make both of them attack now. We're just gonna see what happens. Pump fists make a difference. He is motivated. Probably the first time I've seen him be motivated. We're going to encourage the lads again. If we could get another equalizer, more than happy. If we don't, we've done quite well to get this far. Well done, lads. Well done. You had a terrible game today. Gearsick played well. The rest of you, you know. I'm going to do outstretched arms despite the result. I'm happy with the performance. To be fair, I don't think anyone really expected us to. I didn't expect us to get this far. I looked at it and I was like, if we get past the first round, I'd be happy. MTK do go through, but after extra time, so we fall out at the quarterfinals. But like I said, nobody expected a tight. I took him off for a tight Achilles. I have a tight Achilles. It's not that bad. It hurts, but it's not that bad. We passed. You expected the third round, we got to the quarterfinal. We're also, if you look at the league, we are 13 points clear. No, 15 points clear, yeah. 15 points clear of Guillemot. So in theory, we're promoted. But if something goes horrendously wrong, then we're screwed. But we're going to be back in just a second for the league game. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully, we can win this one. Right, fellas, so now it's time to take on Schindlerink, and we should. I hate saying this, but we should comfortably win this game. We don't have any major injuries or suspensions. Shabo missing is quite disappointing. He is one of our best players. But we don't have a huge amount of changes for today's game. Shedlar comes in at right wing. Mesros is going to start on the left. Gabriel is going to start as a false 9 because why not? Adam Vai and Dilshig are a little off form, I guess you'd say. But other than that, I think Karash comes in to replace. It's nearly started the last one because of Karash's suspension. But other than that, we're playing a fairly comfortably decent side. I think Delchig, even though I've just given him a new contract, not 100% sure he's going to continue in the first team. We're going to point a finger and say, go out and impress me. They don't care, but we're going to try and pump our fists at them and be like, hey, do a football, as the Leluja would say. Do a football. like I said, I do think we should go up relatively comfortably. There isn't a huge amount left for us to qualify or to guarantee promotion. I would imagine. I would really, really like to win the league. It's Gearsick. Oh, that would have been such a nice goal. I'm not sure why their defender stopped running towards the ball when he could probably have gotten there. And they are so very lucky that they haven't conceded. That was cleared off the line. Karash gets the ball to Ortiz, who did score his first goal in the in-between bits from the last episode to this one. So Ortiz has now, finally, not been a complete waste of money, and Gearsick had plenty of options in the box. I'm not sure what his thinking was with just hammering that as hard as he could in the general direction of the goal. But it's fine. Gabriel picks up the ball. Shedlar. I'm quite happy that we have wingers that can play on either side. Gabriel's picked it up, and they have somehow stopped us from getting into the goal again. The ball has been cleared, but someone, oh, what a last ditch tackle, which meant absolutely nothing because we were offside anyway. We try and get the ball into the box, see what happens. We did get an interview question about our amount of crosses we scored from. It is pretty much just a case of one of the responses was we scored a lot of goals from cross because we've just crossed the ball, and eventually something will go into the back of the net, which is fair enough. Yeah, Mirsitz thankfully holds on to that one. I was considering not starting Mirsitz for this game, but I'm kind of glad I did, because I was going to put Borsas in. Their goalkeeper absolutely flappy-armed at that, and Mesros has put it into the back of the net. We're going to go in at halftime 1-0 ahead, thanks to a goalkeeping error, even though, was that Made Pap? Was it Made Pap that cleared it? Their keeper just kind of flapped at it. I want to check to see if that Made Pap. Because if it is, I know he becomes a good centre-back. No, it's a different guy. There's a centre-back who I managed in previous FMs when I was doing Hungarian saves, that he was an absolute monster. I'm going to say I'm not happy with what I've seen. I'm going to point my finger at all the players and be like, hey, I have faith in you to make a difference. I do have faith in all of them. Gabriel not doing too bad for a 6.9. His attributes lend themselves to being a decent false 9, but he's also an inconsistent player. So it might just be a case that regardless of what position we play him in, he's going to be inconsistent. Like, he can go from scoring 4 goals to not scoring for 8 games, which, when you're trying to, not lose games, having a striker who has a tendency to do that, not ideal. But we'll leave him off. He's only young. As far as tackles their striker, but doesn't do much with it. And thankfully they've hit post. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, it looked like there was like a free kick given or something. Shedlar with the ball in. Ortiz is nonchalant about his walk back. And I do mean a walk. And Mirsitz, thankfully, smothers the ball. That was, as you might have seen in the text at the bottom, quite a wasted effort. I would agree with that. Suarez, you can come off for... Do I want to bring on Delucius? I think we do. Ortiz is going to come on or come off for Toth. Gabriel can come off for Delshig, but I'm going to make him a target man on support. I'm going to give the lads a team talk before we send them out. We've motivated Toth and Delshig, which is quite important. They're two of our more attacking players. But Dorsch were beating Depression, but now unfortunately have lost. They've lost that. We did quite well to block the ball on the line twice, but unfortunately we couldn't keep them out for very long because they did score from one of the many rebounds. Who was it on the line? Was that Karash? I think it was Karash on the line. Didn't really do enough. We're going to demand more. We do have a free kick. We have 2 substitutes remaining. Karash is having a poor game. So we're going to bring on Neri. Mesros has scored, but is only on a 6.6. I feel like he's done many things wrong in this game. So I'm going to bring on Berna. Make him an inverted winger on attack. We'll give the 2 of them. Use the ability to make a real difference for us today. I've motivated the 2 of them. And hopefully there's a goal from this. It's disallowed. What's it disallowed for? He's never offside. Is he offside? There was no line. Neri with a throw. Delshig. It's a penalty. Their defender pushed. Get out of the box, boy. Get out of the box. Delshig puts it away. Said that one of their defenders pushed Delshig. Really sure that that's what happened, but I'd take it. I will take the goal. I wish for penalty highlights they showed what happened for the penalty to be given, because a lot of the time we don't get to see like exactly what happened, and I would like to see it so I can be like, okay, fair enough, or that's a bit harsh. But we've won the ball back from a poor cross. Dilshig finds Barna, our up and coming youngster, who really should have played more games this year than he has. Barnabas picks up the ball, gets it to Barna. Ngazi. Oh, beautiful ball forward for Barna. Is he onside? It's not been blown for, and we've hit the crossbar. It's gone back in, and they're literally defending like last ditch efforts constantly. Shorenzi, he's meant to be a winger. That guy who just crossed the ball is a winger that I'm playing at left back. Neri, beautiful long throw into the box, and Giersic gets tripped and somehow doesn't get anything for it. Barna does pick up the ball, somehow finds Ngazi. That was a strange ball. Barna is offside, but Ngazi smashes it from outside the area, as you do. Ball-winning midfielder, What's a ball-winning midfielder for if not to score from outside the area with an absolute screamer, How, because I did not expect him to hit this ball. The fact as well that Barna, no, it's not Barna, Giersic was standing so far offside made me worried. But it didn't, nothing came of it. We stay top, regardless of what happens or what has happened in the Depression game, which I imagine was a Depression victory. Bedorsh scored after 1 minute. Must have thought, fantastic, we're finally going to get another win. No, not today. Unfortunate for you, buddies. Giersic is now 1 appearance away from getting another pay rise, which would bring him up by 125. We cannot afford this. We cannot afford to be paying our players more wages. But next season's wage budget, 12.75. Ooh, and our overall balance is up to just shy of 30k. It's been fluctuating between like 50 and between 12 and 50. Why did I say 50 so weird? 12,000 and 50-ish thousand. So it's not too bad. We haven't made a loss this month, but we've only played 2 games, and only one's been. It's the only home game we're getting this month. Fantastic. So for the next episode, because we don't have any more Hungarian Cup games to play, we're going to jump forward and just play a couple of games. When do I bring it? Do I just bring it back at the end of the season, or because it looks like we're going to be fine? Like, we still have a 15-point gap over Guillermo. According to points, we can't finish any lower than 17th, so we can't get relegated. We're not getting relegated this year, lads. Get in. But yeah, we're looking fairly comfortable for promotion. I don't know. I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back at some point when I think it's an interesting game to bring you back for, like maybe Bedorsh and Fasas, because it's two very different games that we'd be playing. Bottom of the league, where you'd expect us to win, and Fasas, where you still probably expect us to win, but you never know. So we're going to leave it there. The next episode is going to be a surprise for when you come back. But if you have enjoyed this one, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Any interaction makes a huge difference to the channel. If you didn't like the video, dislike it. Leave a comment down below telling me why you didn't like, what you didn't like, or why you didn't like it. You know, anything. I'll take anything at this stage. I am a glutton for punishment. Am I? I don't know. Comment anyway. Let me know what you thought of the episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!